Norway's second largest city has plenty of colourful wooden homes, but there are some more impressive buildings in town, that being the stadiums and arenas of Bergen, Norway. Brann Stadion. A lot of people say that fibre content is not all that important in a stadium, and I'd agree. Brann, or Brann, in Norwegian actually means fire. It's the name of the club that plays here. Of course, if there was a fiery hot version of Brann, the Norwegians could handle it, because they're tough. Not like those soft Denmark-wegians who can't even handle Korean noodles. Now, those noodles do feel like battery acid is making its way through your esophagus, so they're not missing out on anything. Anyway, as is often the case with stadiums that are over 100 years old, each stand is a little different from the rest. The Frydenborg Tribune here is even differenter from the rest. Or more different, as a non-simpleton would say. Why is that so? Well, it houses a kindergarten within it. It's somewhere in there. Come to think of it, I believe it was the Oslo video where we saw a high school within the stadium. So it must be a Norwegian thing. The Fjordkraft Tribune doesn't have a kindergarten within it. Most stands don't. But it is somewhat visually distinctive with its walls of black and windows of glass colour. All the different stands come together to form a lovely football stadium, which would probably go well with raisins. This ground is called Fana Stadion, but am I a fan of this stadion? Yeah, it's rather splendid. In fact, you could say it rocks. By that I am referring to the fact that it was built on the side of a rock crushing facility, or a quarry, or something. It's rock related, so it rocks. Back in those days, Fana was actually a separate city, but it has since been incorporated into Bergen. The amenities here obviously don't compare to the previous stadium, but Fana is a second tier club. So considering that, it's not bad. Thankfully the Norwegian football stadium doesn't take place in the winter, because yeah, this does look a little grim, with all that concrete and snow. But in the summertime or spring, whatever it is right here in this shot, it does seem like I'll use the same word as earlier, a splendid place to watch a game. Provided you don't suffer from chronic back pain, and need a comfortable seat with sufficient back support, because there's not much of that going on. Oh boy, Haukelandshallen is the largest indoor arena in the city. It has a capacity of just 5,000, which isn't all that impressive. However, the vast amount of floor space is, with the help of retractable seating and maybe some of those large curtains, it would seem as though this venue could host a professional basketball game at one end, a comic book convention at the other, and maybe like a flea market in the middle. I never really understood the purpose of flea markets. Find any stray dog and you'll see that fleas are abundant and free. Why pay for them, and more importantly, why do you want them in the first place? They make for horrible pets, just adopt the stray dog. Mind you, there are probably very few stray dogs in Norway. Like most developed countries, I suppose. Honourable mentions. Varden Amphi is a decent little football stadium. Emphasis on the word stadium, I mean little. It's home to a third division club called FK Fyllingsdalen. Bergenshallen is Bergenshallen. It's not for ballin', it's full of ice. Those big timber arches look rather nice. Åsane Arena is in the borough of Åsane, which is situated to the north of Bergen proper, just a few miles down the E39. Oh, the E39, what a road that is. I've heard that Norway gets some pretty gnarly potholes, but not on the E39, what a beauty. As is the stadium. It almost deserves an upgrade from just an honourable mention, but the capacity is barely more than 3,000. There's also an indoor arena next door that hosts a variety of clubs of a variety of sports. This place holds a little over 2,000. Arne Idrettspark is... oh, there it is. There are lots of these large mounds of earth around here. getting in the way. It's a small track and field stadium with a field and a track. Those large mounds of earth do make for a pretty backdrop. So there you have it. I have to choose Brann Stadion as my favourite, although Fana Stadion has potential. Now it's time for extra time. Today we have Magnus Larsson, who owns and operates the second largest ruckfisk manufacturer in Bergen. Magnus, nice to have you on. I'll start off with the question, why out of all of the foods out there have you chosen to dedicate your life to fermented fish?
Because I like the money, and lots of people buy this stuff for some reason.
Well, I love your honesty.
To be honest, I think the people that buy the rockfisk are gluttons for punishment. For the last 12 years, I've been urinating on all of the product, and nobody has yet complied.
Oh, that explains. I was reading that rockfisk has a strong ammonia smell.
Yes, it has that to begin with, so I am just intensifying the smell and flavor.
Okay, thanks for coming on.
No, I would never do that to... Oh.
What?
Oh, yes, thanks.
Thanks for watching, have a good one.